23 News reporter Eric O'Brien joins us live using our mobile eye technology. And Eric, what do you know right now?
Thank you, Whitney. We're standing out here at Woodhaven Lakes in Sublet, and we're actually kind of at the main office right now. Emergency vehicles standing behind me. There's dozens of them. I was here earlier, and it was almost a convoy of them coming in. A Mavis signal was sent out, and the marketing director for Woodhaven Lakes, Randy Kohler, has confirmed there was a tornado hit, and there are over 1,600 campsites at this location. They're not sure how many people are injured, if at all. They do have reports of people being trapped, but those are not confirmed yet. Now, there was a Mavis signal sent out, as I said, and other than the flashing lights, lightning strikes and fireflies are the only things lighting up this area. It's completely blocked by trees. There's tons of trees and debris, very similar to the Rochelle and Fairdale situations where they can't even get in almost because there's so much debris.
It sounds like it's minor injuries, but we really won't know until we get there and take a look at them.
Kevin, thank you very much.
Thank you.
That's Kevin Schultz, the Assistant Fire Chief. He had 2 cars, it appears, involved in this accident. The Winnebago County Sheriff and the Rockford Police are working together, still trying to hash out the details. This just turned into a crime scene investigation. I just spoke with the Winnebago County Sheriff, Gary Caruana, and he told me that this accident right here where you see behind me on South Church and Chestnut is actually the vehicle. They're looking into see if it was a stolen vehicle that is connected to robberies, armed robberies. There were 3 of them that happened earlier today. Blue Cross Blue Shield donated 3,000 of these backpacks full of folders. You got notebooks, rulers. Today's paper is full of back-to-school sales. Authorities brought out all the stops. A couple of local farmers had nearly forgotten the events that took place right here in this grain bin. The Sega Manufacturing Company says they're not too concerned. This new method actually has caused a suspect or 2 to turn themselves in. Lamar Company has electronic billboards like this one set up around town, and police can use the structures to post warrant pictures as soon as they are issued. Now, I want to remind you, these are old photos we're using here, so please don't call on these people.
Never wakeboarded before, so this is going to be a fun experience. You know, probably going to fall a few times, but you know, that's half the fun.
We don't have to be pros to ride this unique wake park at Levings Lake. In fact, we don't even need a boat. West Rock Wake Park operates on a cable system, making it the perfect learning ground for beginners like Matthew Lewis.
I'm super pumped to just get out there and do it. It looks awesome.
Lewis just accepted an academic scholarship to the University of Alabama and wanted to do something a little on edge. Of course, it doesn't take a bachelor's degree to figure out this sport.
Well, I mean, this should float and this should protect my head.
And we'll get you set up with your gear, your life jacket, your helmet here, and the board.
Just in case, instructors like Jeff Janusevic are here to help. You may remember him from earlier.
To our beginner line where we have no features, you can learn to ride. We pull you nice and slow so you don't fall. It doesn't hurt too bad if you do.
And Janusevic says he'll teach anyone.
We've got a kid that's 4.5. He's coming out and he's riding off the jump all the way up to 61-year-old farmer John. He's out here riding the features now too.
As for Lewis, he nails it on his first try, and now he's a believer.
It's real easy to learn. These guys tell you exactly what to do. It's real great. It's super fun. You can learn at your speed. They totally adjust it to however you do, and it's a great time. Come out and do it.
Trevion Stockwell says he lives for Friday Night Lights, but he'll have to watch this season from the sidelines as he undergoes a rigorous chemotherapy treatment for stage 3 lymphoma, commonly known as Hodgkin's disease. Every second is critical if we ever have to deal with a drug overdose. Until now, the most common treatment could be difficult to deal with and required time and training to get the injection ready and actually administer. Nonprofit group Hope Over Addiction is raising awareness and training families who might have a loved one that's using opiates.
Now, this is, as we mentioned, similar to an EpiPen. You brought one here that you picked up tonight when you were there as well.
Yeah, the group actually gave me one of these FZO pens, and we're just going to show you how it uses right here. It actually gives you instructions, so you're about to hear this. This is a trainer, no needle, pull it.
It's kind of like the AEDs, yeah.
It tells you where to put it once you put it.
4, 3,
wow.
2.
What's fun for Chad Bremer's 6-year-old son Eli has become a major headache for farmers across the state line. As the rain comes down, water levels rise, destroying many of his crops.
going to basically take off the top end of the yield for the year.
Chad is the co-owner of Bremer Farms in Pearl City, where some fields look more like rivers. It's the wettest season he's seen since the turn of the century.
It's difficult, I guess, but it's one of those things where you never control the weather. That's part of the farming, is the risk we take every year is putting that crop out and hoping for the best.
Ponds have now formed in crop fields such as this one due to the relentless rainfall this year, and some farmers believe that that could kill a significant amount of corn, soybean, and other crops. Chad says he has over 2,000 acres, and the weather has been so bad just in the last few days that he can't even assess the damage. A vaccination may help dogs like Titan here get back to their playing days in no time. The hats and shirts that the players wore on the ice were available until the wee hours of the morning. Our cars are immobile. We should walk to a safe location like a ditch, completely off the road. 6 puppies just like this guy right here are up for adoption. Black lab mixes thanks to Mama Elizabeth. Matt Wilson has been conducting research on concussions at Northern Illinois University for his dissertation since 2008. He says he wants to study how an athlete's brain functions in both contact and non-contact sports before and after a concussion in order to better understand when it's safe for our kids to be back on the field and especially in the classroom.
Every school, and this applies to public, private, and charter in the state of Illinois, they have to have a return to learn policy, a return to play policy, and an emergency action plan.
I'm looking at brain waves, but we also have people that put accelerometers in the helmets to track the number of hits that, for example, a football player's been exposed to.
Test subjects in this study have to wear this geodesic sensor net while they're completing basic brain tasks.
I'm supposed to click the one if it...
Carly Peterson runs cross country for NIU. She says she's never got a concussion from playing sports, but others around her have not been so lucky.
My boyfriend's a wrestler and he got a concussion and it knocked him out for the rest of the season. So watching him go through that was really hard.
The junior says she plans on being a mother one day, and she believes her contributions today will make her future athletes safer.
Yeah, I just hope that my kids' trainers take it as seriously as the trainers that I've dealt with.
Wilson says he has 6 active participants in the study right now, but he needs more. And participants will be given gas money and a stipend in some cases. If you'd like to volunteer, find out more on that on our web channel at WIFR.com.
This is something I know a lot of parents are worried about with their student athletes. What kind of tests are being done today for concussions?
Well, so what's out there right now is impact testing, and that's the same type of thing where you have a baseline test. So you take a score when you're healthy, and then if you possibly have a concussion, we compare that score, and it has to be close to get back on the field. But this is the only style, this research at NIU is the only thing that's measuring your brain activity while you're taking that test instead of just 2 scores.
All right.
Informative stuff, and you look pretty good in that little net too.
Yeah.
Nice to see.
My hair's still messed up from it. He's excited to bring over 200 jobs to the Rockford area with this business. And get this, 40,000 pounds of hot dogs a week. That's a mouthful. Reporting live from Portillo's, Eric O'Brien, 23 News.